Welcome back. We got a Bitcoin strategic reserve. It is official, and it started on the state level just like I predicted. Unfortunately, Kevin O'Leary came out and said strategic Bitcoin reserve will never happen, but it actually did. So we're going to go ahead and listen to the clip about him because he might have been talking about on a federal level, but on a statewide level, we got it. It is here. Big shout out to Dennis Porter. None of this would have happened without him with the Satoshi Act Fund. Friend of the channel, good friend of mine, good guy. Appreciate him doing it. And remember, we had talked about what state was it? Arizona. Arizona said no because it was an untested investment, which again, I don't necessarily disagree with that completely. It could have been the way the bill was phrased because that's important too. And you guys have to remember, we're in a recession. Most Americans cannot afford basic necessities, food, shelter, energy. Therefore, it is very important to make sure that those aspects of the community are taken care of before we take money and put it elsewhere. Sometimes I know it's a really hard thing, but sometimes you actually have to take money, take your investments, cash those out to pay and to take care of other things. Okay. So that could have been the issue with that happening in Arizona. Thank goodness we have leaders like Wendy Rogers, who's going to reintroduce the bill. So maybe just different types of verbiage needed to be put in. But at the same time, we are here. We got the bill. So let's go ahead and talk about it. But first and foremost, if you are not going to Bitcoin 2025, you need to go. I will be going. My buddies Altcoin Daily will be going. It's going to be a wonderful event. And the reason why you should consider going is probably the easiest way to thrive and do well in this industry is to go to crypto events, to network and to talk to people. I know a lot of people are like, Wendy, you're crazy. We don't need to do that. Blah, 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 blah. Guess what? That's what you need to do. You need to go. You need to do that. It's important. It's fun. It's absolutely fantastic. You need to go. Okay. It's going to be a great time. Get the tickets, go to the side events, or just go to the side events. But anyways, if you use my code, I'm going to get 10% off. Great, fine, fantastic, wonderful. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the Bitcoin strategic bill because it is a historic thing for Bitcoin. We've got a really, really great Hedera update. I'm excited about it. I'm just excited about May. People like to say sell in May and go away. I think that's what it is. Not in crypto, baby. We go 24/7, 365, and we don't stop. So let's go and get into it. Okay, this is my Twitter. So let's go ahead and go to this first story over here. Okay, also, quick reminder, yesterday was the deadline for the Treasury Secretary to deliver on an evaluation for establishing and managing the strategic reserve as mandated by Trump's March 6th executive order. This was yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly groke this to see what's going on. Did we actually get an update on this? Because it was supposed to be yesterday. Did we get an update? Was it announced? I spelled that wrong. Yep, it was no. The deadline for the Treasury Secretary's report was March 5th, but no confirmation of the reserve's establishment was provided post on trends or that date. Yep. There was nothing posted at all. So we did not get a federal strategic reserve, but we do have a statewide Bitcoin strategic reserve, which is important to note. So that's unfortunate. What are you doing, mister? Again, you guys, I'm not going to go too hard on the public servants. The reason why I'm not going to go too hard on them is because, yeah, they lied. They didn't keep their promise to put that report out. But at the same time, there's way more important issues in the United States of America. I do smell like candy. I smell like sugar, I guess. I don't know. Like coconuts and stuff. I don't know. But I do smell really good because I don't smell. Being smelly is nasty. Anyways, but they're probably focusing on other things. However, though, we should still be kind of pissed off about it. A little bit frustrating, a little bit upsetting over there. Anyways, let's go ahead. Let's get back into news. So that didn't happen yesterday. So not good, not good. But this post here, New Hampshire becomes the first U.S. state to pass a strategic Bitcoin reserve into law, authorizing the treasurer to purchase the world's largest digital asset directly or through an ETP. Let's go ahead and get some more info here. And I've got my notes, but I wanted to see if there's any more updates on this, okay? Had to see if there's any more updates because, again, news travels fast. So, March 6th executive order set a May 5th deadline for, oh no, that was the other one. Yeah, so from Grok over here, New Hampshire's passage of HB 302 on May 6th marks it the first U.S. state to legalize a strategic reserve. It allows the Treasurer to invest up to 181 million, potentially 2,269 Bitcoin, based on the state's $3.6 billion treasury funds. The Satoshi Action Fund, which we talk about all the time, they played a key role in this for Bitcoin advocacy. That is Dennis Porter. Awesome. The move aligns with a broader U.S. trend following President Trump's March 6th executive order. So, similar state level bills in Pennsylvania and Wyoming failed to pass, and in Arizona as well. So we got the first Bitcoin strategic reserve, and it's in New Hampshire. Out of all places, you would think like progressive states like California would want to push these things. They don't, though. They don't, because if they really cared about equality and they really cared about the underdog, they would do so. So this is a massive win for the industry. Big win for the industry. Big win from the industry. Now let's get into the next portion of the news today because it's important. This is from this is from Kevin Leary. Okay, so he says strategic Bitcoin reserve will never happen. Michael Saylor is talking his book. Let's see what he's saying though. And no shade at Mr. Kevin O'Leary, but you can be wrong. We can disagree.
Michael Saylor is talking his book, all right? The guy sells stock and pref shares and debt and then buys Bitcoin with it. The stock trades at twice the value of the inherent Bitcoin. That smells like something that ain't going to work long term. Just saying. I like the guy, but it has nothing to do with strategic reserve of Bitcoin, which will never happen because we'll never get buy-off on a bipartisan basis. Michael Saylor.
Okay. So Kevin O'Leary is actually bringing up some good points because it is going to be a bipartisan effort. So I agree with him in that aspect. The stuff he's saying about Michael Saylor, I agree with him too, because Michael Saylor, what he's doing is absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. And I'm going to play this clip for you from Michael Saylor, which is absurd. It's absolutely insane to me. He's out of his mind, okay? Again, no issue with the guy, but he's absolutely out of his mind.
And what you're going to see is companies are going to create extraordinary products, extraordinary services. There's going to be a 100x increase in productivity. There's going to be a 100x increase in everything. We're going to produce more of everything in every way that everybody can imagine. And if you're a corporation, if you're a private actor, if you're a capitalist, what are you going to do with that capital? You're going to roll it into Bitcoin. The AIs are going to want to buy the Bitcoin.
AI is going to want to buy Bitcoin. He's basically talking about an AI agent. Again, this is why I continue to tell you, like, Hedera's ecosystem for AI agents is very, 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 very impressive. I actually put out a TikTok video about it yesterday to get you guys excited, to get you guys to dive into it. I'm not telling you to buy Hedera. I'm not telling you to do anything but get your education from them as far as AI agents go, because what he's talking about, he's not actually talking about AI. He's talking about AI agents that are able to essentially manage portfolios, talk you through things, give you guys advice, that type of stuff. AI agents, not me, but that's what he's talking about the AI agents wanting to buy Bitcoin.
Companies are going to buy the Bitcoin. The demand is going to be for the most scarce, desirable, liquid, fungible capital asset. And so the explosion of productivity with digital property and digital intelligence and digital labor will create an explosion in demand for digital capital. And I think all of those are just mutually beneficial trends. And if you're a company, you just want to figure out how your shareholders benefit, how your customers benefit, how your employees benefit from this trend.
Okay, so he is gambling. Michael Saylor is 100% gambling, but that's what he does. I agree that AI agents will tell people to pivot into Bitcoin. If AI agents are helping to like kind of manage your investments, your portfolios, talking to you about risk, etc., they will advise to add Bitcoin to the portfolio. They will. It is what it is. So back to Kevin O'Leary. Kevin O'Leary was wrong, but he didn't really specify it was going to be a state on a federal level. I think the reason why he was talking about it's not going to happen on a federal level is because of the blue and the red, they're not going to be able to agree on it. We know one side is pro-crypto and the other side is not pro-crypto. So that's what he means there. However, we got it. It's a big win for the industry. Big win for the industry. Now let's get into the next portion over here, okay? UK Treasury Secretary rules out National Crypto Reserve. Not the plan for us. They have no plan to launch a National Digital Asset Reserve, according to the Economic Secretary for the Treasury. Emma Roberts said that the following U.S. government lead in stockpiling Bitcoin is not the plan for us. And Reynolds noted that the UK has formed a senior official level working group with the U.S. to discuss cooperation on digital assets. And that has to do with Hester Peirce's digital sandbox for everybody to kind of plan. So UK is behind. UK is actually doing absolutely atrocious on so many different levels. Why is it? Why are they being so atrocious? I have no idea. But they are. Shout out to Indonesia. But it's interesting. So UK is not looking good right now. Sorry, Mixon. Sorry, all you guys eat your tuna with your baked potatoes and your baked beans or whatever it is y'all eat over there. So that's what's happening on that front. Not fun, not fine, fantastic. But let's take a quick market overlook. Everything on the weekly is in the red. On the daily, not looking so great either. What the hell is happening? Did Bitcoin dump or something? Let's see. Well, we talked yesterday. Bitcoin is just kind of chilling at 94,000. So what's going on with everything? Huh? Yeah? What? All right. So, okay, I see what's going on. This makes sense now. Bitcoin is really teetering on support of $95,000. So it does look a little bit bearish. On the daily, we do look a little bit topped off into overbought. So if we do lose support here, I would expect to move down to about 91,000, which is going to tank the rest of the market. Taking a look at the 4-hour chart, we're really trying to hold on, but that might not be good enough. This is really good news that we did get from Bitcoin. So I'm not as sure why markets aren't reacting, but at the same time, this is what it looks like. So right now we're consolidating between 95 and approximately 93, which makes sense why the rest of the market isn't reacting. Ethereum's been tapping on to $1,800 for quite some time, is not really ready to break up. We're probably going to retest 1680. Solana is teetering, holding a little bit of strength here, but at the same time, not super impressive. Sui dropping. Sui will probably drop at around 278, 9 and pop back up. XRP is doing its thing, $2. So the market's looking pretty short to me as far as everything's going. Yeah, everything is kind of short right now. HBAR broke below support. So short term, we are bearish. Long term, I am bullish. Why am I long term bullish? Well, if we take a look at this chart over here, very simple chart, which we like to zoom out with, you can see that we are in these hopium. We're kind of trading in these hopium areas over here. Either way, just as long as we stay above 86 on the weekly, which I think that we will, it's important. And overall, just really kind of on the daily, staying above 90,000 is important. So got Bitcoin 2025 this month. It's coming. So be cautious, be ready for that. Now let's go ahead and get into some other news because there's things happening. And of course, we've got somebody like CZ saying that Bitcoin price could top between 500,000 and $1 million this cycle. I think this is another reason why I think that we are in a super cycle. Why do I think we're in a super cycle? I think we're in a super cycle because we don't have any of the crypto ETFs approved. Those are just kind of cold chilling right now. Those will get approved in Q3, Q4, 2025, just as like I predicted. Because remember, I know things. I don't know things. I just use common sense. But with that being said, we're going to get the ETFs. That's going to trigger altcoin season. We have the Ethereum Petra upgrade on, I believe, on the 9th this week, which we'll talk about that. I don't necessarily think, unless we go into a multi-cycle, unless this bull market carries on and on and on, I don't see us hitting 500. I don't see us hitting $500,000. I can see us hitting $150,000. So that's just me. Anyways, markets are short-term short right now. If you want to get liquidated with me, you can go to Femex. I've got a ref link down there. You sign up. You get $20, go ahead and get liquidated. I get paid. Now let's go ahead and talk about Hedera, okay? Hedera's got a lot of exciting stuff. And again, AI agents, all those things. So they put out this really monster thread, and I covered part of it on my on the TikTok yesterday. I think, okay, we know that they have AI agents. We know that they're doing really cool stuff building. My favorite thing right here, though, is this post. Chainlink and Hedera. I like Hedera. I like Chainlink. Chainlink, the fact that Chainlink is just one of those projects that is infiltrated into every single project because without their technology, things don't work properly. Hedera understands that, and Hedera wants to make the best products available So that's why they're using Chainlink. But Chainlink CCIP is live on Hedera mainnet. Developers can now build secure cross-chain apps across 46 blockchains, a big boost for DeFi and tokenized assets. This post right here, I've told you guys to pay attention to projects with AI, DeFi, and RWAs. Two of those sectors are in that post with Chainlink. Very, very, very simple for me to kind of see that. Let's go ahead and cover some other things that that's going on over here. So we talked about Chainlink CCIP that's live on Hedera. Hedera also had the asset tokenization studio that was named Top Financial Innovation by 2025 Global Finance Magazine. The studio enables an on-ledger management of tokenized bonds and equities, RWAs. Again, more RWAs. Hedera ran its AI Agents Hackathon, offering 30,000 prizes for AI-powered Web3 projects. Again, DeFi, RWAs, and AI, all three sectors into one. And again, you guys, if you're somebody that's like interested in AI, pay attention to what Hedera is doing. Join their communities and ask questions. This might be game changing for you. Like they gave $30,000 in prizes. That could be game changing for someone that wants to start a project. Plus, they also had pretty strong presence at Paris Blockchain Week. I want to go to that. Maybe next year I'll go. And the main focus at Paris Blockchain Week was tokenization, regulation, and enterprise blockchain, RWAs. Plus, Hashgraph CEO unveiled HBAR and recently spoke on hybrid blockchain future. And then I believe, this post over here is going to be more so about that. So if you want to learn more about Hashgraph and what's going on, go ahead and take a look at this post because, again, regulatory compliant private network, future network interoperability with Hedera public network, enterprise-grade infrastructure for tokenization, RWAs, and AI solutions. Oh, my God. Fast, low-cost deployment, which we know that's what they do. So shout out to the HBAR Foundation. Thank you guys so much for being a partner of the O Show and keep building these really cool things. Seriously. I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now, let's talk a little bit about Ripple, okay? Q1 2025 was an incredible quarter for Ripple with their acquisition of Hidden Road. Okay, let's go ahead and cover some of the little titty bitties over here. So they had a really strong Q1 of 2025. The SEC lawsuit will be coming to an end pretty soon. They got their acquisition of Hidden Road to boost XRPL and RLUSD, which RLUSD was actually listed on Gemini yesterday too. And institutional interest in XRP ETPs continue to rise globally. Absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Now let's go ahead and talk about Ethereum. Apparently, an Ethereum ICO participant sold another 1,500 Ethereum. Well, good for them. That sucks. But let's go ahead and talk about Petra a little bit, okay? So Petra is going to be another upgrade for Ethereum. You don't have anybody you do a lot. You don't have anybody you do a lot more as a Hoochie Mama channel. So Vesture, I just actually started posting on Rumble again. But I have over 1 million audience on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter, and I don't need to do the Hoochie Mama stuff. I think that that's actually derogatory. Very, very, very derogatory. Okay, I'm glad that you're unfollowing me. We'll actually just block you to the channel. Thank you so much. Anyways, we don't need to do Hoochie Mama stuff. You want to know why? There's no need to. Also too, well, I made another rant on X earlier today, but that's okay. Anyways, let's talk about the Petra upgrade. Coinbase is talking about it. IPO sells 1,500 ETH. Yeah, I mean, they got it at the opening price. So the Petra upgrade is set for Wednesday, the biggest code change since the merge. Yikes. It's going to be focusing on making Ethereum more user-friendly and efficient. 11 Ethereum improvement proposals will improve staking, wallet features, and blockchain functionality. The upgrade was delayed twice. Ethereum is actually really, really popular for delaying things all the time. That's just literally what they do. They delay. But thank God the institutions have adopted Ethereum, because without institutional adoption, where would it be now? Where would it be now? We don't know. I should light this. It smells really good. Anyways, let's go ahead and get back to it though. So that's what's going on with Coinbase. To ensure user fund safety, we'll temporarily pause Ethereum deposits. So make sure you guys are following that if you're holding Ethereum on a centralized exchange, which you should not. Also, Sol Strategies buys 18 million of tokens with first tranche of 500 million note deal. Canadian firm is betting on Solana by using debt financing to scale its validator footprint and crypto holdings. This is an absolutely bad idea, but at the same time, cool for you guys. Cool for you. And shout out to Leah. We haven't spoken in a long time. There's a funny story behind that. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at Canary funds, because it looks like the Litecoin ETF is getting some comments. So we're still waiting for all the ETFs to get approved. Okay. We're still waiting for the ETFs to get approved. And apparently the SEC delayed its decision on Canary Capital's proposed spot Litecoin ETF. They're requesting public comments on compliance, and the SEC is focused on whether the ETF can prevent fraud and manipulation. This is actually really stupid on their part. So if you guys want to see a Litecoin ETF get approved, go ahead and do so. Comment to the SEC. But like, I don't understand. The SEC is focused on whether the ETF can prevent fraud and manipulation. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I don't understand it. That makes no sense. And it's actually a step backwards, but it is what it is. Also, too, it looks like Swiss asset manager 21 Shares launches ETP linked to crypto.com's Kronos. And it's a European thing, so we're not going to really talk about it too much. Also, too, the House dropped a 49-page market structure discussion draft to clarify transactions involving the sale of digital commodities do not constitute as securities as long as those transactions do not involve the purchaser acquiring ownership or interest in the business, profit, whatever. The fact that we have 49 pages discussing legislation is moronic. It really, really, really is. It's stupid. It's moronic. It's just like why? For what reason? I don't know. I feel like we're going backwards with all the different regulation. I don't know. Today's not a really exciting show. A lot of the news is really annoying. Really, really annoying stuff. This is a good story. Samurai Wallet says feds hid his advice at Crypto Mixer was in the clear. What is this? Wait, I thought this was something exciting. Oh, no, it's not exciting. And I wish people had the same energy they did for Ross that they did with the Samurai Wallet people. They're wonderful guys. They've been on the show before. Samurai Wallet lawyers claim DOJ withheld FinCEN advice, stating the app didn't need a license. FinCEN told DOJ 6 months before charges that Samurai didn't qualify as an MSB. Despite this, co-founders were charged in 2024 for operating an unlicensed business. Prosecutors delayed revealing this info until April 2025, a year after the charges. Defense argues that co-founders acted lawfully, citing FinCEN's guidance. And you know what? I'm going to go with it. They did. I am. And I'm really sick of the public servants attacking people that are creating on, people that are building. So now let's go ahead and take a look at Treasury Secretary Bessent says a central digital bank currency is a sign of weakness and he would not support the Fed issuing one. We're getting a central bank digital currency. We're getting one, whether you guys like it or not. That's what all the stablecoin regulation is. Of course, they're going to say that they're not going to support it, but what do you think USDC is? What do you think they're going to merge into? All right, this over here is cool. Chaos at the American Innovation and the Future of Digital Assets Roundtable held by Joint Committee on Agriculture and Committee on Financial Services. Let's go ahead and hear some drama, because why not? We ain't got nothing else to do. It's Taco Tuesday.
Never in American history has a sitting president so blatantly violated the ethics laws.
I asked the ranking member. The gentleman was offered a moment to comment. The gentleman was offered a moment to comment on the objection. The gentleman is no longer recognized.
$2.9 billion.
The gentleman is no longer recognized. You will be recognized during this hearing.
Issuing a meme coin. Governance
the gentleman, Mr. Lynch, would be noticed if he was in a hearing,
of which
he would have the ability to speak under the protections that are provided in the House rules. Ranking Member Lynch, you are no longer recognized by the chair. The gentlelady's objection is heard. We'll now move into It is too bad for the ranking member that it is not a hearing. If it was a hearing, the ranking member would be protected by House rules. There was an objection from the ranking member of the full committee.
On her objection. I object.
The committee, the objection is heard.
This is so ghetto. This is just so freaking ghetto. Like, the fact that they're arguing about Trump's meme coin at a round table. the future of crypto in the US. Like, U.S. Treasury Senior Advisor Chastity Murphy says that Trump's crypto empire is a vehicle for influence, peddling, bribery, and regulatory capture. And that also coincides with the this over here. Letitia James is hunting for insider trading in Trump's inner circle. Ex-prosecutors call her tariff inquiry unprecedented. This is the thing, you guys. I don't think that any public servant, there's insider trading on both sides, both the red and the blue. Okay. And the fact that they're just like so focused on Trump, but they're not focused on any other thing that's happening in the United States of America is the most ghetto thing in the world. Like, these are the people that we have voted into office to essentially make sure that that things are okay. And they can't even do their jobs. They're concerned about Trump. Anyways, on that note, I'm going to get going. I've got a lot of content to do today. I'm a little bit behind, and I got to go run some errands. But I'm going to drop a video for you guys, just kind of ranting about something. It'll be cute. It'll be real cute. But anyway, sending y'all love and light. Bitcoin Strategic Reserve approved in New Hampshire. Bye-bye.